Okay, Mr. Mayor, what struggles did you encounter while being mayor?
Well, first of all, Memphis was founded in 1826. I was the first, all of the mayors since the founding of Memphis in 1826 had been white. I was the first African American to break the barrier of race to the mayor. So my first struggle, and Rodney and all of you all were there. In fact, little Rodney was asleep, and I think Michelle was pregnant with one of those boys. I've forgotten which one of them.
Samuel.
It was Samuel. It was pregnant with Samuel. So the biggest struggle was really proving to African Americans and whites that I could run this city and make it efficient. So that was the biggest struggle, is breaking the barrier of race, being the first black to be the mayor of this southern city, and proving that I could do a good job.
Great. Why did you make the switch from being a boxer to becoming a teacher?
Okay. Well, that's very interesting. When I was a little boy, being black and living in the South, we didn't have many heroes. My hero first was Jackie Robinson, who was a baseball player. He broke the barrier of race to baseball. Then Joe Louis was a heavyweight champion of the world, and Sugar Ray Robinson was a middleweight champion of the world. So I said, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be a boxer. So I started boxing, and in fact, my first job when I was about 11 years old, and then I started working out, and I got in my first tournament when I was 13, and then I won my first championship when I was 14. I weighed 112 pounds, and I won the flyweight championship. So really wanting to be a boxer was my way of really becoming successful. I like boxing because it's a one-on-one sport. It's not a team sport. It's you and another guy. But I will tell you this, being a boxer, it helped me to develop confidence in myself. Unlike playing basketball, you can't pass the ball to someone when you're a fighter. You hitting one guy straight on. So I had to practice every day, and I became real good. I won the lightweight, welterweight, middleweight, AAU, Golden Glove championships for about 5 of those. So.
And when did you make that transition to becoming a teacher?
Okay, I became a teacher when I was 21 years old. I was at Lemoyne College, and by the way, I played basketball. I never played in high school, and I was the tallest guy on campus. And then the coach asked me to come out, and I had some guys from Detroit taught me how to play. My first 2 years, I sat on the bench, and my junior, senior year, I started. I made first team. I didn't have all the skills they had, but I could jump, rebound, and I was a great defender. And I set some All-Americans, high school All-Americans on the bench. I started my junior and senior year. So I went into teaching because teaching was a profession where they didn't have many African-American male teachers. And I started teaching the 5th grade, and then I said I want to be a principal. Then I went back to graduate school, became a principal, and then I said I wanted to be a superintendent. So then I had to go away to get a PhD.
Okay.
So I took Rodney and Dew and Ida, and we did a U-Haul and a Volkswagen, and we moved to Illinois. And Duke and Rodney went to the university school there, I guess when they were about 5 and 6 years old. And then I got my PhD, came back to Memphis, and became a superintendent.
Okay, and that's a good segue to ask you, why did you want to get into politics?
Okay, well, I really didn't want to get into politics. When I retired from being superintendent, there were 5 young black guys that came to me and said, look, it's time for Memphis to break the barrier of race to the mayor's office, and we will support you. You're the only black person we're going to support. So they talked me into running for history purposes, and that's what happened.
Okay.
I mean, we broke the barrier. I became the first African American, and by the way, I am the longest serving mayor in the history of Memphis. No other mayor since the founding of this city, has served in consecutive terms. I was elected 5 times, so that will always be in the history of Memphis.
Okay, 2 more questions. What were, just highlight a negative and a positive effect you think you had while being mayor of Memphis?
Well, I think I had Rodney was a good lawyer. He said I was a transformational leader.
Okay.
I think my leadership took Memphis to a whole new level. No African American had ever been in the seat of power and with that much responsibility in the history of Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a testing ground to see whether I could do it. The citizens had confidence in me. They elected me 5 times. And I'll be honest with you, through my leadership, we made Memphis become a big city.
Mm-hmm.
We now have a professional basketball team. We never would have had it.
Mm-hmm.
We hadn't had great leadership. We got a AAA baseball stadium. We brought some Fortune 500 companies to Memphis. We just made Memphis a flourishing city.
Great. Last question. What advice can you tell people in Samuel's generation about being successful in life? That's the last question.
Well, Samuel, let me first of all say, always believe in yourself. Never let anybody tell you what you cannot do. And just because something has not happened doesn't mean that you can't make it happen. Mm-hmm. Have a vision, be a dreamer, then take your dreams to action. Don't let anybody tell you what you cannot do. And always have faith in God and work hard, do the right things, and you can become whatever you want to become. Don't let anybody tell you what you can't do. You can make it happen.
Great. Thank you, Mayor Herenton, for this interview.